We're back, boys. A few more hours of one Carstein's. Just a reminder that tomorrow, it's Wednesday, we're gonna be doing a little bit longer stream of Gwent, and it's gonna be switched to TBC Classic, so no Warhammer 2 tomorrow. This campaign will be back on Thursday, and we'll play a long stream of it on Friday and Saturday. Okay, we have started today. We played for about 30 turns. You can see here we got Sylvania, Stirland, Overland, and parts of Stirland with Mootland. Man, this map is so small when you look at it. Makes you wonder if they're gonna make a bigger one for the load screen, the Warhammer 3, considering it's gonna be, you know, they can't just make it smaller. You have to actually see what this shit. Why don't they just make this thing like 3 times larger? Make this thing like a full screen. You can barely see this shit anymore. This is not just a regular one Carstein campaign. We have rules regarding some of the spells. We're not allowed to use the Feribiuna, Son of Zeros, Primal Pendulum, Pit of Shades, and Wind of Death. So more Spory magic and some other magic. Okay. Isabella just taken Wurbert, got Unbreakable because defeated Gotrek. So this is what we got right now. Got 2/3 of Eastern Sylvania. We force vassalized Sylvania, and they're pretty much our vassal right now. We have to adjust the whole campaign to make room for that. And we'll try to use Mumford, a couple of armies as a buffer and a little bit military help. We'll see how it goes in the current state of the game. Other than that, we had a war with Stirland. I have a non-aggression pact with Bonner Atlas. Got 9 settlements, 3 provinces. This is another campaign where you guys decide how long it's gonna be. It's amount of provinces. I think it's currently 23, so got plenty ahead. This guy survived to the top, huh? Not sure what he's gonna do about this. Saving skill points here. I think there might have been a Pyrrhic victory here. They actually say what has been occupied. It was a close victory, so only a whole level here. We split Vlad Isabella here because we need to cover more territories. This area is pretty weak. This is where the main army is. They're trying to fight Draika. I'm hoping to clear Stirland here and then turn Talabekland against Draika. But Talabekland will most likely turn on us now that we have border. Unless we manage to invite them to Stirland. We already try this turn.
Not in my name.
What if I... how much gold? We have a high here now. This would be great actually.
Disagree with
I'm not
that.
paying more than 2400. They might attack us, and they might just attack somebody weakened under their borders. We need lots of gold to keep building stuff, and we'll have it on turn 16 with the Filer of the Ancient Barrows, where the economy kicks in. As we currently have a lot of skeletons, and they cost a lot. Little no economy without the technology. We also have to push a second army, which you don't usually do, because these were both Legend Lords, and got a head play with 2 armies, so paying a little bit extra upkeep as well. If we had the extra 700, would have been fine, I guess. This is all fine here. So what is this thing here? I don't think we got anything here. Nope. So Wurbat might actually get besieged, so we should put Isabella outside. And do we care about recording anything here? We clear those rebels with Vlad. What do we have here? Damage, building armor available turned off. Upgrade available turned off. I will also just turn fort. This is why I don't want to upgrade the fort right now. And this money is good because we're going to need it for the gold mine. I think upgrading Ashen is fine. Okay. Economy is gonna need a few turns to build up. What are we even getting for this thing here? 60 from Mumford. Wurbert has tier 2 wine. These Egypts have been building a wine building. Wow. We add more skeleton spearmen here. I think it's fine. How much money is that one even making? 90. One settlement 6. 6 each. Actually, drop this, not right now. Gonna drop this. We need to build the walls here. Ghost fence. Okay, this is it for turn 13. Let's see what happens next. Right now, we are warring Stirland. We need to be in range here, because they might go in here. This area is vulnerable. Dragonhof and Schwarzhafen are somewhat okay, but this top is totally vulnerable. We do have buffer here, though. If they go, if they're gonna go after us, they have to go after Mumford. Hochland has just declared war on Talbeckland. Nice, just what we need. Talbeckland joining the fight, and with another faction, it would have been a chaos. Literally a nightmare to deal with, considering the terrain. We are strong together here, but separately we will be pushing it, especially without Wind of Death. The Empire is no joke without the right stuff. Yeah, we forced Mumford to become our vassal in Waldenhof. He also has a big pile here, 3,800 casualties. We also have another big pile here, another 3,800 casualties.
Yes.
It will slowly add more unit types over time. So as you can see, targeting Fort Oberstyr. Let's see what kind of movement do we have here. Just out of range, you know. Looks like they can reinforce additional 9 units. We're gonna have to probably let them attack this. We'll weaken them by taking Flensburg as well. We can also just drop everything and go for Aldorf. It's also always a plan. Turn this into, you know, let it all burn. Let it all burn, but Reichland will burn first. Yeah, we'll go Flensburg. Pyrrhic Victor, yeah. They don't even have technology yet. We got one razor standard here. We'll put it on. This one has what, 16 attack, so 3 ranks plus 2 attack. What the hell?
Our campaign celebrate halfway point.
Thank you very much, Draconis. I think that puts you in the lead to pick the faction. I have to check that later. The scariest thing about the AI vampire counts is the Dead Rise Again. Especially if you deal with their main armies on follow-ups, because they used to, and they still sometimes, can just raise crazy armies when you least expect it. And then you think you're winning, when instead those big battles you did just turn them against you and then just go after you. This used to be a thing. Literally pop massive armies out of nowhere. The Raise Dead supposed to be the best thing about the Vampire Counts, and with that dark magic getting this stuff out. It's not a unique mechanic really, but I feel like it should be. But for the AI, you know, it's sometimes a thing. It used to be a thing back in the day. You think you're fine, but out of nowhere there are massive armies. Which, this is situational down to RNG. Especially AI versus AI. But for the player, you can somehow, you know, you can use strategy to create battle markers. The piles, how I call them. And make them, you know, powerful as a unit recruitment. Ever since I played a campaign only, which at the time people were a little bit puzzled why we wouldn't build a recruitment building. When we use the Raise Dead only, you know, it feels like it should be the real thing for this faction. This faction should not even be able to recruit regular units. It should be a mechanic strictly to battles and Raise Dead. Just give them skeletons and zombies for the regular units. One day when this gets reworked, who knows what we're gonna get. But this is like a million things you can do with this faction. Right now it's just vanilla bare bones with no real mechanics. The biggest mechanic about this faction is hidden mechanic. The piles. I have no doubt when they make it work for this faction, get a proper technology tree that makes sense. We're going to get unique traits for the bloodlines, and dark magic will be a unique mechanic with a unique recruitment system. Copium, yeah, that's the copium moment. Because this is my third favorite faction in the game. The third favorite, I guess you can say, race. Third favorite race in the game. It's always been my third favorite.
I will do this.
I'd like to see more stuff for them for sure. Top 5, I'm kind of undecided about 4 and 5, but I can tell you with a certainty Dwarves, Emperor, and Vampire counts. I probably would put Elves in a category, which would probably be on the 4th spot. Well, the 5th spot has always been shared with multiple factions. Tomb Kings was kind of like 5th with multiple factions. But I can tell it's Vampire Counts my 3rd favorite.
I thirst swiftly.
I really wanna like the Lisman, but I just can't. The Oxyotl is my favorite Lisman faction, but they have no unique mechanics. The mechanics are so bland, and it's just silly. Then their core mechanics need to be reworked. We already talked about this. I think if you watch my jibber jab about the Lisman, you can hear everything about it. So we keep getting busy with bats. Bats has high melee defense. The moment they get engaged, we send in the Vargas to crush them. you want bets to guarantee win, just give them attack buff. Warhammer in one faction is just so much more iconic than the other faction, in my opinion. Yeah, that is true. And this is nearly half the reason why I don't play Vortex. The main reason why I don't play Vortex is the big map. And the CA history about campaigns and mini-campaigns. That's the main reason. Just imagine we didn't have either Vortex or Mortal Emperors, but we had one big world. You think they would have been doing less if they had only one map? Or are they splitting between the two campaigns right now? The swordsmen kill bats. The swordsmen kill bats, no problem. The bats have low health, for 200 for 60 flyers. But they're fast with good defense. The bats are supposed to, they're not supposed to, you know, survive most encounters. You have to use them really carefully for them to get ahead. But it's easy to disengage in a lot of situations, and they will survive. I just wish you had more control over the dead rise again. Like use the dark magic unique mechanic to, you know, choose who rise again. If, for example, the bats get killed here, we could choose to rise them again if they're like rank 6. If a zombie's rank 0 get killed, we'll just let them, you know, stay dead. Imagine that. Imagine that. You actually get to choose who rises again or ring the bell. Rocket science. The main issue with bats is not even their low attack, it's more their leadership. The second issue with the bats is a couple of bats get stuck, and then they get massive leadership penalty, which is enough for them to crumble. And then it's their attack. I guess that their attack is third issue. The first two issues are connected to their leadership. Shelling stuff is good. But Book of Arcane is better in this situation here. We're saving skill points here. I'll try to get the gate here and money here. Well, actually, gold mine is a priority here. Gold mine and the repression building. Did the branch get marked down? No. No, we had the good progress last time. But no. So looks like he wants to attack fort here. He actually can do it.
Vlad von Carstein. Absolutely not.
I can reinforce with this guy. So the best thing we do here, it's probably we try to debate here. This is their march range. So we'll go in a position here where we expose to both armies and hope the retreat doesn't fuck us up.
I am going.
I refuse. Unworkable.
Very well.
They're either gonna go for fort or gonna attack Vlad with boat. But there's a thing here, there's a Draika here, so they're gonna have to pick now. They lost half their country, the other half is about to go down as well.
Cower before me.
Dark darkness comes.
Any characters here?
No.
I thirst.
I didn't get a chance to recruit characters.
On way, my lord. My thralls, track ahead.
This will rebel in a few turns, that's good. Rebel in a few turns, rebel in a few turns. The main issue with the vampiric corruption, with the vampires expanding, is the lack of corruption. But you might think this is an issue. This is a lot of rebellions. People are not happy that the lands are, getting corrupted. You can see that from that angle. And all those rebellions that come, they are just excellent for your lord number 2, 3, 4, 5. Just level up. There is literally no way to get proper corruption with at least getting spread vampire covens, baleful rituals, and all the capitals getting, of course, the Bellfire buildings. There's also a Bloodline Lord with +5 corruption as well. This is great because initially you use it to grow, but later on you have it under control and it's no longer a problem. So you get, kinda, newbie difficulty. You get a way to progress, and later on you have a way to completely remove the tedium from it. That's how it should be. That's how it should be. This is kind of unique to the vampiric corruption. And I think this actually fit vampiric corruption. It's good for the campaign effects. Is good. The problem is just not good enough for battles. The vampiric corruption should be debuffing the enemy and buffing your units even more than this. That's the way to close the gaps and keep it away from multiplayer. Because the undead units are behind pretty much everybody else. Without the corruption should be debuffing the enemy. Some peasant swordmen should not come in Carstein and have 100 leadership. This is probably gonna be a land of nightmares for them. Archlector and warrior priest, they might do something, but 100 leadership on the base, like what the hell? They should probably be buffing in various ways. Same for the chaos corruption. These random people should not go into chaos corrupt lands without any consequence. And their units fighting with the proper stats. It's just nonsense. But for campaign side of things, like vampiric corruption is probably the corruption that's in the best spot. Always has been. Because there is ways to to synergize with other things, like against the invaders, you get the awakened battlefield, you get upgraded garrisons, you use banshees to slow them down, you can use Vikings to assault them, and there's gonna be an army eventually around. There's good synergies. It's just the battle buff is very lacking. Thinking we should try to get an early White King, because the Banshees for some reason are tier 4 now. Used to be tier 3. Somebody moved the Banshees to tier 4, and yeah. Every faction, just all the heroes went down. For this faction, the heroes go up. Why did they put this higher? You know what I read from these guys? The Banshee Vengeful Spirit be tier 3, and the Vengeful Spirit is being tier 4, and it's been put to tier 4 and 5. You know what I read out of this? I read out of this fucking Empire crybabies. Oh, that Banshee just wounded my warrior priest. How can I play my campaign? I can't even clear the corruption. How am I gonna take Sylvania if I can have 30 untainted to clear the corruption 3 turns instead of 10 turns? Because, White King is in a good spot, better spot than Emperor Captain, but what the fuck is this? This is just moved up, makes no sense. This shit makes sense. Now, the costs have aged poorly, but it makes definitely more sense than this. Hex rates tier 5. It's like, you can't make Hex rates tier 5 without putting some technology to give them perfect vigor and shit like that. Yeah, this is okay for this turn. We'll see what kind of things happening, but this place is probably just gonna get attacked. Hex Rates is a just tier 4 unit, and that's it. Tier 4 unit. That's like a perfect example of a tier 4 unit.
I do not bandy words with the weak. Leave me.
No. You have to be careful with diplomacy because we have a vassal. Now this would be incredible for, you know, lightning strike in a follow-up. They might even take corruption. So Jubeit is successful. Yeah, this is a nightmare to deal with just Vlad. This army gets absolutely devastated by Wind of Death, but there's no Wind of Death in this campaign. So you have to work these things differently. So look at this, both their armies take attrition. Plan successful. Got him out of the settlement as well. The Blood Chalice Batory, move a character to the following province Tilland. The moon hangs low in red like some engorged tumor, casting its crimson half-light across all of Slovenia. Isabella von Carstein watches it slink along the horizon and plots her next move. Dark magic plus 500, not even 1,000. 500, Though she and her husband Vlad have established themselves at the very summit of midnight aristocracy, there are those who would yet try to undo them. To keep them at bay, Isabella must therefore employ ever darker methods. While she plots and prepares, however, she must know more about her foes. As the blood-red moon holds its sanguine gaze, she gives flight to a trusted agent, a speck against the celestial opposition looming down from the heavens. What you're talking about, the mausoleum? No, mausoleum is unique to von Carstein's.
Unworkable.
No.
This is actually pretty damn good, this damage. If you can't keep it up, they're just gonna all replenish though.
Join me for dinner. Speak.
I'll ignore that.
Unworkable.
What the fuck is Khaled al-Muntasir doing here? There's no Nagash in the Empire yet. What the... It's almost like he's like... Mr. Advisor, point me to the closest battle site. He's taking units from the pile here. The undead sometimes go in an area where there is a pile to raise dead. His home is pretty much here. This guy is one of the Nagash's lieutenants. I guess I feel like he's like he was the second hand. Him and Krell were pretty much the main henchmen of Nagash. So odd. Lamian Sisterhood and led by a Vampire Lord.
Darkness comes.
And they take his name from Legend of Sigmar.
Not possible.
By Sigma, no. Not likely.
Unachievable.
I thirst.
Unworkable.
I have to say if they got the knowledge this turn.
I will not obey.
As there's way too many shooters here.
Unachievable.
Champion of the dark. Bow.
Like this situation will be a joke with a lightning strike.
Absolutely not.
Unworkable.
Problem is, when you're even slightly outnumbered against such compositions, it's just the damage is devastating. It's not very good units here.
I'll ignore that.
That being slightly outnumbered in a situation like this, it's pretty bad. They just have enough to make our lives difficult here.
I can't. Not possible.
You could try another move to a different direction and try to take another turn of attrition. But we're way close to settlements. They're gonna start attacking. This is a war zone, though. This too.
King of Darkness, bend to my will.
We don't care if the Moot or the Fort Oberstar gets hit. Don't really care about that. It's worse if they actually get replenished.
No.
You can see their movement here, estimated. A little bit slightly higher than that.
Unworkable.
We can actually almost go around them. But this army then becomes the attacking army, and this army becomes the follow-up.
Unachievable.
Which is also plain as well.
I
I think max range this direction makes a lot of
Not
sense.
possible.
bow before me. I shall go.
We don't have to engage this. We could have also, you know, tried to just fight them off, but the casualties would be catastrophic. And these are a state of our treasury right now. Any troops we lose right now are hard to replace. Using Isabella von Carstein's army, win 2 battles against the falling race, the Empire. So who is still alive from the Empire? You mouse over here and you can see them. The moon has passed into cloud, and when Isabella's agent returns, Sylvania shrouded in dark and baleful night. He speaks of insipid the Sigmarites amassing nearby, and the vampire matriarch knows that the Empire only ever comes bearing one thing: destruction. Their blood such as this rises as the realization dawns like a new moon. If they want war, then war they shall have. Another 500 reward. You could take Oberstyr and go for Tempelhof as well. Let's tell Manfred to try to consider attacking this.
I'll take.
Who the hell is these gits attacking?
Start the war.
Under slaughter is a good name. Bear it in mind when you start talking.
They're going for Ostermark and Karakaden, so they're gonna be playing around. Clearing Karakaden under the picture would be nice as well, but we need to kill Stillen first.
The von Carstein.
I can't.
It seems like he's gonna go for Flensburg, this guy, if we move to the other side.
Not possible.
The retreat looks good here. We should just move towards Needling. Another thing is this army here has to march through the...
Let us talk.
What's this thing here? Kinda crypt.
Not possible.
They could just get almost there into Needling there.
Sigma, no.
I can't.
I am darkness. As you say.
It's hard to say if we're gonna have movement there. It's like you can see their movement here, right? and you can see where they can march. But if you click on this army here, you can only see where they're gonna march. You cannot see the regular movement. So you can see the march movement of this army, but you cannot see the regular movement of this army. We'll get close to Needling, but it'll be a risk she get attacked and destroyed. And we kinda need these troops here. So the best thing is just to move closer to Needling. Just in a straight line and hope it's gonna be enough.
Massacre them!
Expand Sylvania's borders. So be it. Descendants of
Yeah, we're in a good position here. We can retreat with both armies. They have 2 settlements exposed, but we don't really care about these 2 settlements. We haven't built them for a reason. If you're gonna put money early in tier 2 and tier 3, make sure that it's not gonna get hit, because it's very expensive. Jewish Jets and added 1 more province, sure. This is now 24. So what do we get here as the other building? I think it has to be the binding circle. We need get more heroes open. We can also just put the mausoleum or the med count as well, but it's pricey. What was that thing again there? 33% cheaper action costs, 33% cheaper, and that's with specialists 73% cheaper. So the vampires will have free actions, free recruitment as well. So we can easily cycle them with one Carstein. I think unlock the White King should be first, then we remove this building and then unlock the vampires. It's all very costly, especially when you add necromancy in the mix. You just need way more income. You also need to get a we need to get a Lore Keeper Master Necromancers, at least 2 of them. Tactician is still here. Tactician and Dark Majesty feels bad, man. Okay, this is good for this position here. It's gonna be rebelling here in a few turns. We can start building a wall here. We're missing gold. This is what, 26, 25. And it's still not enough. I guess it's gonna have to wait another turn. Next turn we get the skill technology and we finally start having proper income. We do have a little bit extra military right now, just because we get 2 lords. They're, you know, combo pack. But the skeleton technology kicks in next turn, turn 16. Nice, so we push them again towards us. We might get another turn of corruption on them. We might have needling in range as well now. Look at this, it's perfection. They take another turn of attrition. Okay. Oh, look at this. We gain 1500 income here. Guided by Arkan's text, the Necromancer enters the barrows, he plunders, invoking ancient curses as he goes. This is pretty much our early game unit, even mid game unit. Heck, if you fail to expand properly, even late game unit, because they're free. It's not just a military thing, it's an economic thing at the same time. The buildings are very expensive. Now we actually have a proper income, considering our size. The buildings are expensive. You can see immediately here, this building is 2,000, 4,000, 6,000, 9,000. Just, you can compare them with some other factions already in tier 3. They also get more income, but you have to spend more there at first.
Not possible.
Okay, Stirland is, what's the word? Fucked. Okay. What the hell has happened there?
Ready.
It looks like the boys raised it and Manfred is expanded. That's excellent news, boys. As Manfred expands, we can trade more resources with him. Let's hope they don't go to war, though.
Darkness comes. It is not.
Man, he jumped on that ruin hard. What the hell are these guys doing here? Talak Beckland.
Yes.
They're at war with Hochland, yet they're sending their army in a wrong direction.
I am invincible.
Countess.
Needling should be in range here.
Annihilate them!
Insolent child.
Okay, they were building a garrison. No technology against the vampires. Sometimes you can see them have this technology on turn 5, the anti-race technology, and sometimes you don't see this technology on them on turn 70 plus. Army is relying on bats causing confusion and the Vargas killing everything. We might actually let the infantry keep up this time.
His lady. I'm in your throne.
You just put them in a lock formation so they all move together.
Naga. Vampire.
They will sync to the movement of the slowest unit.
Blood frenzy.
Because the zombies and the skeletons cannot keep up with the flyers. Heck, not even ogres can. And we can one little bit infantry here, otherwise might lose some bats.
Find me if you dare. Death comes. Vampire.
This is just regular ogres. Take them because they were cheap. Are bats just flying zombies? No. Bats actually can do things. Bats are initially just a nuisance. And you can just treat them as a nuisance unit, you know, just fast, high metal defense, drops from the air. But if you get them at higher experience, especially Isabella, who has the flavor for the flyers, that can actually be pretty good. Just make sure to know where to send them and when to pull them out, otherwise you're just gonna keep losing them. There is a very fragile unit here.
not shy of these.
Obviously, once you can get Vargas, the bats have no purpose anymore. Because the Vargas are just monsters bats, which are basically monster vampires. Vargas are vampires mutated by the warpstone.
Vampire. I understand.
Okay, at this point, we're good.
Your time has
Yeah, we can
come.
back the group. Make proper stuff here. Okay, and let's see. Disrupt the range. Ogre should not go into spears.
Biggest in the tribe.
This one's is fine. Fine.
The von Carstein's march.
And crush the swordsman here. I'll hit one side more than the others first.
Supper.
Isabella von Carstein! For Sylvania!
One is taking damage there. This one in the trees, Maybe get shot by the pistoliers at the same time.
I ascend!
We are the new order.
Killing time.
I think they were getting shot. Pistoliers counter bats. Given they keep shooting them.
Queen of Death!
You can also just ignore that unit, and I think they might even just route here. Take massive damage, yeah. Let's see if we can do any healing here. Some units are actually taking a little bit of damage. This one here. We can heal 4 at a time, so when I'm creating groups of 4. As we heal this, the others will get also healed by Curse of Undead. The way what I heard about the Vargeists, they basically are locked vampires, like imprisoned for a long time, and they got mutated by the warpstone, who somehow got into their coffins. Slowly, over the course of decades, the constantly dripping water, magically tainted by warpstone, and the stalactites and the tainted soil of Sylvania overhead, finds its way into the prisons of these unfortunates. Torpid for want of fresh blood, the slumbering vampire would unknowingly drink from the tainted water and begin to devolve and change shape, growing larger and more bestial as diluted dark magic begins to transform their body. It's not just dark magic, it's warpstone.
Isabella von Carstein.
Yeah, look. You missed the start of the campaign, look. Yeah, we're gonna spend ham. Swordsman can't really defend against them. How the hell is... what is Austin doing in Mordheim?
Praise Sigma.
Countess of Sylvania.
For us, is exactly in range. For them, it's just slightly exactly in range as well. Well, let's see. Ostland.
So,
War with the Wood Elves.
His
We're gonna stay out of the city though. Rank 10.
thirst.
flood.
Also rank 6, yeah, you see strange things when you play some of these factions, like Karakadin was rank 1. And looks like they might get smacked here by Azak now.
The world will drown in blood.
This guy's not only got in a bad spot, but they're also taking attrition. Why do I have a feeling this is low casualties? Do I trust this low... what does this low casualty even means? It's low casualties. It's this. 338, that's what the low casualty means. We got 2 battles here though. I want to see what this low casualty meant there.
I know my path.
We totally fucked Stirland.
Devourer of light.
Razor Standard, actually keep that. Okay, we'll keep the skill point here.
Champion of the dark.
Then it's pretty victory, most of the army, including the vampire, dead. They're in the march stance and we have heavy cavalry, which they have no defense against. Spirit might fight off light and medium cavalry, but I have no chance against heavy cavalry. You know, guys, playing vampires, you know, it's like, it's good. It's good, especially, you know, if you enjoy it. It's even better, of course. But it kind of, you know what it reminds me of always? It reminds me of Warhammer 1 the most. It's like, it's almost like we're hitting that nostalgia. And you know why? Because this shit haven't been properly updated in years. I built any settlement upgrades yet? Slowly, yeah. Slowly. We didn't have any money until turn 16, so limited upgrades. Now that skeletons have no upkeep, we can do more. Just put extra zombies on the left side. Vlad and his other lady. Where the hell the Lord? Huntsman? Oh, we're gonna have to find him.
Yes? Vlad von Carstein.
And we got 3 inches of heavy cavalry here.
We hunger! Blood Knights!
Okay, let's go.
Bow before me. Fight that hell. Bring death.
We are the new order!
Who the fuck are these swordsmen think they are?
Darkness reigns.
Side collapsed.
Vampire!
Bring death.
Blood Knights! With haste! For Sylvania!
There's another attack bob there on.
Of the undead. On death's wings.
We can disengage the whole right side, just collapsing there. Here, not so good for these guys. They must have been shot by something. These guys will recover. Just send the other one. Just so that's why we need 3. These guys can chase there. The Black Knights have anti-infantry, but what they really need is some experience. Attack values, when the guys get higher, they're pretty good even without a charge against these units. Like rank 4 already makes all the difference.
Blood Knights! Swiftly! Twilight!
Very well.
Blood Knights! Blood Knights! They shall bleed! With haste!
Victory done. Vlad von Carstein.
The vampire on this
I
guy.
need blood!
Darkness comes! Lead them!
The gods have abandoned us!
Swiftly! Ride them down!
This guy's been facing the shit head on and been doing okay. As long as there's another unit shooting them, that's where they take the most damage. Okay, that army just routed. Too much pressure from the cavalry, they just can't really respond to it. It's like the Black Knights are okay in the beginning. Forgot about the one of jet here. The winds are fucked here for some reason.
Lord of the dead.
If you're gonna try to do this at home, guys, make sure that casting the one health dance macabre or attack buff at the right time makes all the difference. The attack speed buff. Attack and speed buff. You can make the difference between these guys killing 15 guys and doing 2000 damage in short time, or triple that. This replenishing is horrible.
In my own time.
And they got stomped.
The von Carstein.
I wasn't even thinking about the pile here. Look at all the zombies in the army. Why did you... Look at all the skeleton and zombies here. Why did... It's like, I was just... Sometimes I get carried away with clicking, guys. It's not good. It's gonna be a nice 4K pile there. We do have a pile here and a pile there. Here would have been perfect as well.
They will know undeath.
Show dominance.
Descendant of Bathory.
I got good money now. Let's see what's gonna be built first. Woodbird needs walls. Needling, that's 25 growth right now. We need money more than we need growth here. We're gonna put this spawning probably somewhere else. Temple will get here too. We need to get more hero slots. The next thing that's important is growth and income from your low-income building and cities. Cities have actually high income and adds up, especially when you get 15% more and 5% from tax. Thing is, this is 25 growth from these two tax. And there's corruption here as well. There's a kiss here too. Puts us to 3 kisses. Husband and Sanya, we'll lead them as a puppet and play the campaigns around that. Play the campaign with that. The next bloodline. Lamian gifts, because we need money. And we can get on then more heroes. We're gonna need to get heroes to get more kisses, so we get more stuff as well. The bench is a tier 4, so you gotta use somebody else.
King of Darkness.
We have good. We have Overland, we got Stirland, we got Mutland, we got Eastern Sylvania and Western Sylvania. Turn 16. And then we don't even have that many wars. Literally been picking who to fight. The two factions poking us, but when you're Empress, you're always getting poked. Dwarves raiding, Wislan raiding, 2 armies. So we're getting poked here. What's Karakin doing?
Ready.
They're at war with the Black Venom, yet they have an army to raid on the other side. Huh.
You seek out the von Carsteins. A bold action.
This guy has 1 city.
I'll have you speak now. Praise your gods. I like what you say. Very well.
1200, 1200. We can't say no to that.
Right ahead, blood.
This is a war zone, and this got forced on us due to the hidden declaring war on Manfred. But it was a great opening, in my opinion. Now we pretty much has perfect Steenland follow-up. But as you can see, they're poking us here. They want trouble.
The true von Carstein.
Waldenhof, they built reliquary, Jesus Christ. Guys, they built reliquary. There's a massive pile here and they build reliquary. Does nothing in this city here. And, you know, this is just AI spitting in your face. Because, you know, we might not understand why this is so. I'll tell you, you know, of the obvious thing. Look at the cost of this shit. 4,000. 6,000. 10,000 dark magic on this piece of shit. And they can't even use it. Looks like Manfred has run out of his gold mine, but he has money offshore.
Bow!
Isabella von Carstein.
Unachievable. Not possible.
Currently, still at war with them with Stirland, the last army. Shit is gonna hit the fan, I feel, in a few turns.
Join me for dinner.
We're gonna get more skeletons in this army.
As you say.
Do we just take Aldorf?
Oh my god.
It's like, I don't know, it's like Erich, don't overextend, but do we just go for Aldorf? Let it all burn. Doesn't matter as long as Aldorf burns first. It's like the road to Reichland is open. Click, click. What's the worst that can happen? All the Emperor declaring war on us, while we don't have a single wall build up.
Yes.
Looks like they had a recent battle with orcs. Do it or no balls.
I'll have your soul.
All shall know me and tremble.
It's like we are at a stage we need to just make sure this doesn't all just collapse under the weight in short time. And Aldorf is here. He's so close.
What do you want?
So close. This will meet like 5 factions here. This is just the thing, you know. The fact this is so fucking expensive. taking on tier 2 is bad. That's yeah. The Gull races for the kicks. Wait for the tier 5 Harman. Yeah, it's just removing Reichland out of the picture before we have to fight them makes sense. But we have to just build this whole area here, stabilize it, make sure all these minor factions fuck off. And taking Alder from tier 2, that is just ridiculous in expense. Just think about the amount of growth and money gonna be required to build this shit up. Literally 40-50,000. We can't even afford anything right now. We need to slowly just get settlements to tier 3 and get the money up. Taking another city we can't even afford to build the current cities. This makes no sense to me. But we can just drop everything and just burn it. Take a tier 2, finish over Reichland, and then just crumble in the middle and just slowly retake everything. There's a difference between a brave man, a pussy, and a smart man. It's not just the numbers of our potential enemies that are against us, but the numbers of just building this shit up. It's not doable.
Unstoppable!
Every time you go in the Empire, you expand into one of the Empire provinces. You know what happens? You get a neighbor that has another province. Then you take his province, and he has a neighbor that had 2 provinces, and then it's another province, and then it's like click, 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 and all of a sudden you're surrounded by superpowers by the time you get all the Empire. But just the money right now, it's not realistic. We got 11 settlements, and we can maybe upgrade 2 at a time. I'm just giving you guys an example of overextending here. An example of overextending. I mean, look at this. This guy's raiding us here. This guy's raiding us here. This guy's raiding us here. Oh, we still have to finish this off. These guys are poking here. There's these guys here, we pretend they don't exist. And now we have nothing upgraded properly, really. And what I have in my mind, Aldorf, it's so close. What a fucking mistake that would be. But then you can just, yeah, I take an Aldorf from turn 20. What happened later? Who cares? I'm a brave man. Turn 21, the whole country is fucking on fire. It's like those stupid politicians, just me, short term. Who cares what happens next year? Okay.
The von Carstein. The world will drown.
83 speed here. Vlad is at what, 40 right now. She on 38. You definitely need the balance swiftness on him. Doesn't look like we even have to fight this. Casualty slow, so was 340 casualties last time. I'm just basically thinking out loud there, guys, so you see my, what's going on here. I was just thinking out loud. Because I know what's gonna happen if I go take Aldorf. It's a financial disaster, what's gonna happen. Even if they don't attack me. It's a stupid move. Let the Empire take up and then you take them, even if it's might be harder to take them later. That's why nobody will remember my name. Bitch! Yeah, Google and YouTube. Who's gonna remember you? $392. So it's about 400 on low. It's probably just takes into consideration the army.
Swifter than death.
Another corpse thief.
King of darkness.
It's a gleaming pennant here. It's okay on one of the bets.
I am unstoppable.
We do have to consider who to attack next. So we could clear Gelb. Maybe this guy's not gonna attack here. Golden Order 3 settlements and they're at war with Black Venom. Does look like Whistleland gonna attack. So Whistleland also at war with Black Venom. And what they do, they send both armies to raid our territories. I love that one. If you search for Elish on Pornhub, you get pussy getting pounded by Carl. See nothing wrong with that. There's jokes on you. Carl is my favorite lord. Okay.
Blood von Carstein.
Cloud of Horror, get speed, Moon Range Strider, and Covenant of Undead. Let's get the veterans. Vlad is born to battle by powerful dark effluvia, moving with a speed beyond mortal perception. 54 movement speed nowadays. And all armies, faction I get 150 experience, local armies get 230. Little Sergeant activated.
I am blood.
We don't have Taskmaster yet, just ruin here. This is the next rebellion here.
I thirst.
We'll just get a couple settlements up. If these guys attack, then we're gonna go fight them. But it makes no sense doing anything right now other than getting a couple settlements up. I mean, just think about this. At this time, you're just trying to fortify Reichland, fending off attackers. We got Stirland, Overland, we got Mutland, Western Sylvania, Eastern Sylvania, we got Vassal, 2017. Overcheered much? Hopefully we can all keep it without the start whack-a-mole here by 2 wars.
Part of the dead.
We're losing Mindo Zombies? Yeah, we lose like 30 per turn. We'll replace them with skeletons. They are gonna be in our land. They kinda give us also bad perception of staying rank as well.
I am invincible. Sleep is for the living.
So what is available here? Let's drop zombies. Got Spearmen and Warriors. There's another Black Knight. I'll just get some warriors here.
Descendant of Baturi.
All shall know me and tremble.
Countess of Silvani.
I'll get all these 6 spearmen here. The warriors have higher, better attack interval and higher attack. And at this stage in the game we have unlimited host. There's nothing is just written in stone. Room, you gotta be like water. Flexible, keep moving. If I would get a skeleton that is on an army without battle skill, just probably get spearmen.
Bow before me.
Here in the early game, turn 17, and we got unlimited host. We got Covenant of Undead. Give me the warriors. There's no such thing as, you know, just get this and nothing else, you know, matters. There's different, you know, situations.
What?
We got early unlimited host instead of going for Arcane Conduit. So we got better buffs on the skeletons. And this early, it's fine. The warriors. They'll kill infantry better than the spearmen ever could. If I'm mistaken, the spearmen not only have bad melee attack, but also they attack slower than the warriors.
You need me?
Unless they streamline that as well. There's also this thing here as well. 26, 18-6. It's also 2 more damage. We don't face a lot of large right now. But as the campaign progresses, you just all want spearmen, because the moment they meet large, they die, the warriors. All the spearmen will live a little bit longer.
Swiftly.
There's gonna be another rebellion here. So rebellion here and rebellion here. Was a rebellion here and 3 raiders. Yeah, just take Aldorf. Wouldn't go wrong.
King of darkness.
You kinda need growth here. Look at this 0. Zero. This place is literally not growing. We can keep it a shithole right now. It's about might get attacks and I don't need to change anything right now. I get this building here. No Lord Keepers here. I should have checked for maybe earlier, but we didn't get any money earlier. This is a necromancer here. 3,000. 3,000, and we can start looking at him. There's also, we can also start looking at the vampires. Cycling vampires is gonna be cheaper. We just want to get our White King here so we can move this building. It's gonna be pretty much our only White King. Thinking of getting extra Lord Keepers for this campaign. just to see how it's gonna be different economically. It does look like a lot of potential enemies here. I'm honestly surprised one of this faction didn't attack already. It could be because of Manfred. Wow, heroic victory. Is it the first time we see a heroic victory here? I think it's the first time. This guy probably just gets bitten by the skeletons. There's no health. So you can get a heroic victory without a result like that. Interesting. We had another broken pen. I forgot. Okay, they backed off. The dwarves still here. I'm considering attacking either Gelt or the dwarves. That make more sense. Because they're poking us here. Hal seems to be busy right now. Our vassal is paying us 150 per turn and we get 276 trade. Trade is bugged. Obvious.
Countess of Silver.
The von Carstein.
We could just make the dwarves from this side and just wait to come from the other side.
Can I help you?
Dwarf warriors, they're not gonna have much ranks right now. 3200 income. Got a gold mine upgrade tier 2.
Queen of
There's definitely a lot of options here on the adjacent factions. Karakadin build a big wall. Oh my god. They got a Slayer Shrine and the wall. That is disgusting. How are we gonna take this down now? Clearing these guys here would actually matter in this area. Finally, a proper dwarf move here. Khalid is still here. Well, he's visiting his friend, his buddy Manfred. They're sharing war stories. I know when they have a wall shrine, you can see the size of the garrison. So basically, when you look at the settlement, the core building, let's say Temple Hall, for example, you can see 8 units. You can see 9 units, usually 9 units. But not only they build extra garrison building, but they actually build a Slayer Shrine at the same time. 19 units. That's a lot of units on tier 3. A lot. This is Castle Dragonhof. Tier 2 has 14 units. Unique core building. They don't usually build the walls, but this I think this is the first time I ever see them do it in this situation. If they didn't build a wall here, it'll just be like that place, take it, destroy it. Same shit with Zubar. This guy's, you know, just waiting for it. They might prevail against their neighbors in the area. Come on, what the fuck is this shit? Is this bastard High King expanding into us here?
Isabella von
Somehow the zombies got all the skills.
Flight. Descendant of Vettori.
It's rank 11. You guys, you're not gonna succeed here, because, you know, my mind is set on smart and stupid. That brave and chicken thing don't work here.
Champion of the dark.
I kind of feel sorry for people who say that.
Vlad von Carstein. I shall go.
Trickster Shard is 5 power. Get that useless one here. This is speed, stock, and spottable. 5 power is still better here. The Bella has higher metal defense.
The world will drown in blood.
So these guys have no allies, huh? They fortified Migdal Wangal Baraka. So these two are fine, and these three are rebellious.
Join me.
Almost rank 12 there. Bruno Pendulum is not allowed this campaign. We can skill it, but we can't use it. Manfred is a vassal.
King of darkness. The von Carstein.
I think attacking Kara here makes sense here, but they're further away from all this shit. Zubar is probably loaded with troops, and Kara can build a massive garrison.
All shall know.
This would be a lot of casualties here, but it makes a lot of sense to clear Karakaden. I like the moment we move out of this area, Whistle and the Karakhin will attack. There's a road from Stirland leading into Noon. And look at this, Noon has built extra garrison as well.
Who calls?
Karen here might just ignore because they're the closest to proximity to the Black Venom.
To war.
If they hit this area, doesn't really matter much. There's a road here leading into Noon. It does make sense.
All right.
Looks like a couple of armies on the move here and we can't see shit. Need more heroes.
Dance macabre.
As guild.
I am the Supreme Patriarch.
Countess of Sylvania. His lady. Into darkness.
I think attacking Whistle makes sense.
Bend to my will. Into darkness.
Let us talk.
3,500. Next lord cost 912. We have to probably gonna get another one. I'm going to be unlocking the Lamian gift so we can actually get more heroes, so we can pay for 4 heroes at the cost of 2. Farming kisses? You mean like sending vampires instead of supporting the army and spying on a 30 to 40% chances, you know, and waste all our gold instead of using the gold for proper things? Get the fuck out of here. We need to get either a necromancer or a white king with wound for that, and it's still too early for that. We'll just be waste of all the gold. Yeah, we're working on unlocking shit. We should get probably a third army considering the size we have here. Not getting a third army here will be way too greedy. It will actually go really bad. I have a weapon master necroc bloodline, that's good. This shit can go really bad if we don't get a third army soon. We can recruit him in Dragonhof and build public order at the same time. Well, he's our vassal, we can't consider the vassal. Manfred has military presence. We just have to adjust our diplomacy because he's our vassal. We'll get a third army here. And
wolves gather.
If Manfred managed to get a second army here, it might be something out of him. It's a buffer here with free military. We get trade and we get vassal tribute. More than Wallenhof can make.
You dare.
And we don't have to pay for Wallenhof infrastructure.
Bring me flesh to craft.
So how does this guy look like with a weapon master? From 50 to 58 attack, and from 150 to 185 armor piercing weapon damage.
Everything dies.
The weapon master is nice for the dragon, yeah.
Isabel.
That guy is no fighter, he's more support, but all the vampires can fight. Let's keep this one up so we can see our options. This is 50 more per turn now. Public order will increase the growth as well. It's probably better to get Fort Oberstyr fortified though. And you get even more income here. This is 80 increase and they're gonna be plus 15% from technology. This is not get bought by technology. This is actually upgrading, this is more money than this.
Soon I'll be all-powerful.
How do you recruit mercenaries? As you win battles and raid, the mercenaries can appear nearby. Then you click on their camp and you pick which ogres you want, and they'll be added to your your mercenaries pool, whatever it's called, ogre mercenaries. You have to unlock them via event, which happens eventually.
Yes, my sire.
Yep, take care, Elcory. What the fuck, man? This guy is aggressive, I don't like it. Looks like the as the Khalid went to the visit Mumford, he got backdoored by the Skaven. What are the ogre best ogre choice? Depending what you have. Dual weapons or the cavalry seemed best to me so far. They mentioned something about mercs get hungry, get your army. I guess if you can pay them. Tier 3 walls and that is disgusting, man. It's almost like they knew I was about to attack them. So this faction got attacked from behind
I hunt.
by either the reds or the greenskins.
To war!
What the fuck is this shit? What the fuck is this shit? How does this work? Karzakarak, High King. Look at this.
Ready?
Greenskins, and somehow... What the f... What? How did he get these two but not these two? Did he take these two here, then moved all his military here, take these two here, and then lost these two to Grimgor, and finish all the Bloody Hand Spears here? But this is so bizarre. And now Zubar has activated as well, when the High King is on his back. I don't know, guys. This smells. This smells expanding into the player. This feels like expanding into the player. And the Confederation, the Kara Cardinal, just like that. This stinks. This is just some weird RNG shit or player bias. High King speech for 99,000. You insane?
Fellow Dowie! A great wrong has befallen our kin by Earth things. The
Is it Marcos an alt
Damascron
account?
is filled with their vile atrocities. And the debt stands with them. So, my kin, take up your axes. Show these Urks and Groby the might of Karazakarak. For they come.
Okay.
What Wissland armies are here? There's a small army of 6-7 units in the province.
Ready axes.
Darkness comes.
Kazakan! Kazakan! Ah! Pay back every grudge! This is my edict as High King! Ah! Kazu! Kazu! Ah! We will repulse these vile creatures with our dying breath and renew the Karazhan Corps.
Man, the moment those cannons started firing, I felt an earthquake here. Goddamn dwarves in their underways, causing earthquakes in Croatia. I think we should attack Wissland here. Both their armies are exposed here. There's a small army in the city itself.
You dare! I go.
I'll be able to check the White Kings soon as well. So it says, I think we should get a second hiking speech for the price it was paid. I don't think so. It's saying that the price is too high for a hiking speech royalty. For the ear bleeding and the earthquakes. It should probably be doubled.
You need me?
I know that a Chudawi would make that speech cost 300,000.
Lord of the Night.
Join me.
War with Wissland makes a lot of sense since their armies are in the way.
Yes? I want to parley with the dead. Begone, abomination.
Isabel.
Well, Wissland is raiding us with two armies, so it definitely makes a lot of sense to attack them here. Remember when we got 6-7 hours of hiking speech rolling overnight? Yeah, I think I lost like 3% of my hearing that night. They don't have anti-vampire technology, not yet. But apparently, according to the auto-resolve outcome, this is a valiant defeat. We have 3 swordsmen, 2 spearmen with shields. And this bold guy will give us a kiss. We'll get the next thing. I think we need to get somebody on the lookout for the heroes, but there are not many heroes around. I think that should also piss off a lot of factions as well. Is this bad skills? No, she's on rank 11. Getting there.
desire?
Wanna get those ogres into the swordsman. They're gonna probably keep fighting the tree, so they're gonna get some penalties. I think I'm gonna send Flatus ahead because there's a mortar. Yeah, ogres have penalty in the trees, you can see here. The slower and lower attack.
Hit an enemy's boys! It's happening! Take it all!
Blood frenzy!
Because those guys didn't get surrounded.
Yes! Yes! Good! End them! See them tremble!
Bring us meat!
Ulrich's take retreat!
That's being a massive leadership penalty here. It looks like they're about to rout. Oh, I don't think they enjoyed the raiding Vampirlands too much, guys. What do you think? Battle skill for the bats is charge and speed. The speed is kind of nonsense, but charge is okay. And Isabella has leadership and attack, I think, on her unique skill. I also saw some other stuff.
Queen of Darkness! What?
Does look like almost max replenishment here, considering the skeletons were not here on time. There's like I killed half of them before the skeletons even got close. Just really can't keep up with this type of army. We just need to sync the attack a little bit better, I guess. Does look like replenishment will be fine. Not a single ogre got killed, and they slaughtered a lot. This is the cheapest ogre version as well. Pretty good at getting early in the game. They only got rank 3. More attack, more defense, more leadership. They all need that. So Pyrrhic victory, prediction into decisive victory here. Guessing that Wind of Death totally kill that army. I mean, Swarm of Death.
Danse macabre.
Valiant defeat. Okay, we got another 500 here. What is this? Move any character to the following region Essen. What is this plus 500, plus 500, plus 500? Like, those new factions get like 2500, man. What the fuck? Fitting us on a straw here. When battle is done, the fields are soaked in less cruel than Isabella expected, or indeed desired. Such paltry forces could not really have been meant for her, for they were not threat at all, and could never challenge her undead hegemony. There must be more to their machinations, she muses, as she drags terrified and helpless captive Emperor soldiers into the bowels of her fortress to extract information in cruel and unusual ways. Their dying gasps reveal that they were sent to capture not vampires but worshippers of chaos, the savage, depraved beastmen. Isabella is intrigued, even as her chargers scream in agony. If she could deal with the beastmen herself, the power they seek could be hers instead. The Mortal Informer. I could enter this thing here, but this thing here is close as well. We could fuck up this whole country in a click, click, click.
Sir, you stand before the Supreme Patriarch like an ant before the descending boot.
Boot.
Countess of
Rank 12. Midnight's Children. Plus 8 leadership, plus 8 melee attack for direwolves, fellbats, warghouls, vargheists, and terrorghast units. If you guys think, you know, they were not good enough so far, what about now? You literally give them over a 50% attack buff. Hunger and AP damage. Razor standard for all the fellbats. Seems like a fun skill in the beginning. Two more vampires. You can get so many vampires. Vampiric corruption, all regions plus 2. Cheaper hero actions for vampires. We can go for wound on the next vampire. We'll have access to so many vampires. Even if we start with Isabella, you get access to so many vampires because of Dragonhof this skill. You can literally have like what, 8 vampires before turn 20? Maybe 9. Vampiric Corruption plus 2 all regions is great. It's like getting extra technology. Time of Rising. Discourage effect reducing leadership. It's for her. And gives these creatures also way more speed. So you can get 40% speed and they can accelerate and decelerate 3 times faster. No penalties for Varga, for also Strider here. For herself. Be interesting to see how this goes with the Vargheists or the Fellbots.
his lady.
The world will drown in blood.
Well, flying units moving to trees. Moving to trees. Vargas avoiding tree penalties. That actually does something. The The bats have no penalty, but Vargas have. 120 speed on Vargas and 143 on fell bats, and they can get even more. And now they actually have some damage and more attack. This is not it, they actually have technologies. Their veteran battle skill is good as well. Double the charge effect and skills there. Thirty percent vigor loss reduction for the whole army. So basically, the enemy will get tired before we get, and we can kill them easier. The moment they get tired, we are ahead in vigor, and we get better bonuses. Well, we have no penalties. They have more. We have no penalties. That's good. Now we don't need Storm of the Night. That's like a filler stuff. Pretty good stuff. This is a little bit risky.
No peace, just war.
Little bit risky.
Darkness gathers. I go.
There's a good chance this will cause trouble here. But we are trying to just steamroll Visceland here before they have a chance to recover military.
Expand Sylvania's borders.
This can go bad here, but we can also click. Especially because we have no replenishment, we're actually gonna take attrition here. But the next turn is replenishment. This is where Vlad. Oh, here they retreat. Huh? Okay, what do they have? 12 units. We are trying to take down Visceland before anybody cares to help them. They were raiding with 2 of their armies, so yeah, that's like they're begging to die. Please kill me. So you're telling me they retreated and the result is a Pyrrhic victory with medium casualties. Other skill at 54 speed. The Vlad skill that buffs unit experience per turn actually makes the bats get some experience. Even if you lose them, they'll build up experience faster.
Von Carstein.
Vlad has Vanguard on the whole army, which means the knights go through faster. Looks like the left side here, huh? Look at him go, boys.
All shall bow before me. With haste!
Get the fuck out of my way, peasant!
With haste! On death's wings! Yes, by Van Hell! Attack! Swiftly! I am busy! Victory is mine!
The word!
I think they got enough.
For Sylvania! You dare? My bad hell! What do you want?
Come on, kill that guy so the army routes. They're gonna recover a bit here.
Von Carstein!
Okay, get down. These guys don't care.
This world is mine!
I'll send the knights after them.
I will! Master of the undead!
That unit that is fleeing is probably the reason they're not out right now. Okay, they're done.
No one can stop!
They don't even have the anti-vampire technology. We got Banner of Swiftness on Vlad early. It's gonna save without Banner of Swiftness.
I am going. The world will drown in blood. Swifter than death.
No!
Whistleland will just click, 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 dead.
I
Raid us next time as well.
unstoppable.
Okay, we got attack and defense for our infantry here. Yeah, feeling this is fine, especially if we're gonna go in a big battle. Currently relying on the scale is holding and actually doing a little bit damage, while the knights are killing everything.
Countess of
This army has way more damage.
Everything dies.
5300 now.
Lord of the
Do we have
night.
Taskmaster? Not yet. It's not the best thing, but we'll end the turn in March stance. It's random declarations that can happen. Like, this is pretty bad for Isabella.
No peace.
This is like ridiculous chaos. Might not even be able to win. Might have another army down here. So this could be the end of Isabella if he just randomly declares war on us. So it means setback instead of more snowballing. Those guys were raiding us with two armies, and both armies were exposed to attacks, so we went after them. But if their armies were not there, attacking Geld would have made more sense. Especially when you have to put yourself in harm's way like this. 3 kisses here. We need the Lamian gifts because we're gonna be getting heroes. We currently have 2 heroes. We're getting a lot more heroes. This faction uses a lot of heroes, and right now we need also the money that comes with that as well. We need heroes in the armies, heroes on the campaign map, heroes everywhere. Get a Dark Majesty Lamian Bloodline, absolute garbage, dog shit, remove from the game, please. Dark Majesty and Tactician are one of the worst things about the Vampire counts, together with Determined. This is Tactician, this is a generic trait, all the factions have access to it pretty much, well, nearly all. Aura size, leadership +4, so you basically get a bigger aura and the people in those aura get extra leadership. And then you have Confident, the whole army just gets 4 leadership. Nobody in radius, just the whole army. So, you get Tactician here, and then you get the unique trait that only the vampires have access to. Just look at this. 25% leadership aura size and character aura leadership side effect +3. Ooh. This is why the Bloodlines gonna get unique traits, so you don't get dog shit like this. Vampires without traits it hurts. Vampires with traits are actually good. So this faction actually relies on good traits for the lords and the heroes to get ahead. So you get Dark Majesty, can be easily removed from the game. You get Tactician, can easily be removed from the game since Confident exists. Those two has no purpose of existing. Same shit like this should be reworked as well. Absolute dog shit as well. So this could be changed as well. The age of encourage and leadership auras is gone. Make this shit map wide for the army. You already have map wide shit like this existing in the game, so why does the extra stuff like this? You have encourage and the aura. It's always been a thing in Total War games. So you have an aura of the general giving morale, and to some extent with the commander possibly giving other stats. They need leadership, but buffing this further makes no sense. They're gonna get leadership from other sources like Dark Pact, technologies, skills, experience. So you get the encourage leadership, and then you have stuff like Confident Attacker. The whole army gets even further leadership. So why the army-wide buffs exist with leadership and then auras exist with their other things, and they're actually traits which buff these things. Like it's actually a decent part of the game, where it's been an outdated part of the game and absolute trash for nearly every faction in the game. I can totally see stuff like Setter, for example, massive leadership aura, and when you get the first skill here for additional 5, that actually works. That actually works just because it is designed to work like that. But stuff like this, like another 25 aura leadership size, and then you have defining character traits on lords you cannot really get rid of. Lock to a Dark Majesty, unique vampire trait that's weaker than a generic trait that's available to all the factions, and there are even more examples of it which is even worse, doing the same shit. Makes no sense, it's just outdated. This shit should just all get removed or reworked. Tactician, Dark Majesty, Aura of Dark Majesty, just rework all that shit. Encourage does make sense that it gives the units nearby leadership buff, but the fact that things exist that buff this further make no sense, especially because you can have multiple encourage as well in the army. If this thing has a room in the game, it should be built like Setter has it. Massive circle around Setra, and actually that does something that actually has an effect, especially in the early game. But this shit just is crap at the start, and it just gets worse as the campaign progresses. One of the things that I hope the most that will happen with the Bloodlines, the unique lords, is unique traits. They can all have same trait or one of the two, or they could be like slants. You know, same trait in the class and just you know, different tiers of the trait, like second, third, fourth generation. Like one Carstein's, for example, can give the whole army more speed. Just one example. Strigoi could give the whole army physical resistance. It's not rocket science. It's just simple things that would give them even more, you know, uniqueness and specialty. Having randomly rolled generic traits, and when 1/3 of the generic traits are just garbage waiting to get removed from the game or reworked, it's just bad. People come to me, they tell me they roll two blood dragons and they're both determined. They just uninstall the game. True story. There's a guy come to me, gets 2 weapon masters. He tells me he's enjoying the campaign. It's directly infecting your campaign replay value. Especially when the faction is 3 years behind other factions. Everything has to go, you know, oiled. Playing here on Legend Difficulty as well, we should be able to have a choice what to get what we want, and not just locked in a random thing. If this cannot be even changed, you're stuck with this lore for the rest of the game. Dark Majesty Lamian Bloodline. Literally has no trait. Could be disciplined, could be weapon master, could be tough, could be devious even. Doesn't even fit the lord, it's not even unique to her. Character defining traits should mean something, not be dog shit. Can't you save scam? Are you that person that comes to me on Steam that half my stuff makes no sense because you can save scam in this game? Like when I was complaining about the Lisbon. That's you, Marconis, on your third account.
Bring me flesh to craft.
Here. We should get a necromancer here. We really need heroes. We really need heroes, especially now, because we got Lamian gifts. We kind of expose ourselves there, but the rewards are great as well. "35 growth here is starting to kick in. The corruption is also increasing." So what is this thing called here? Buildings and command, it's 12. Buildings and command and nothing. Vampiric corruption +2 all regions. All regions. Building commands 12. 3 6 3. But she really gives 2 in every region. So it's actually better than this. This is +2 per province. A province can have multiple regions, can have 1 region, 2, 3, 4 regions. Isabella gives 2 per region per province. Which means Western Sylvania gets 6 corruption. Stirling gets 6 corruption. That is very strong. That's a very strong skill. Especially for a faction like this. Get the corruption up much faster with her. That's a very strong skill. There's Warhammer 2 factions have access to stuff like this. But this is actually a meaningful skill that has a campaign impact. Noticeable campaign impact. Means it's actually going to stop rebellions in a lot of places sooner, which is there's a little bit downside, but that is not critical. But stabilizing provinces will be happening faster. For the long campaign, that's one of the best things you can have. Such a thing. This is better than this thing here and this thing together. So Isabella has a very strong skill.
Vlad von Carstein.
She can also make the vampires cost no actions. Basically free vampire actions. So So you can use a couple of vampires with wound. You can unlock them here. You get capacity if you start with her. You get capacity here. You can get capacity of landmark, capacity of buildings. So this is basically telling you, because of this skill, you should use vampires for kisses, even if they don't have assassinate. And the Banshee should just be in the army. This is an amazing skill. It's like it gives 3 things, and they're all 3 great. One is just crazy good. Man, this new skill here, just compare this shit to like Count Noctil's skill tree. Not only is this flavor, but it's some powerful shit. Meaningful stuff, really. Stuff that matters. I remember that Nakai guy, he's a legendary warrior. He doesn't even need to get Dark Majesty, he gets it on a skill tree, his core skill. Or unique skill, which is even worse. Once opinion hex rates, it's placed in a bad slot here, tier 5. But as a unit in the battlefield, there's enough upgrades to make them work. It's a flavor unit. Well, Vlad gives you 10% more campaign movement, she gives you extra vampires. You can get extra vampires anyways. The vampires in armies are stronger, so you can go for, you know, the perversion army. She's definitely a better starting lord. But 10% campaign movement range is good as well. It's not like that she's like the only option, like Gelt used to be for the Empire back in the day. Because, you know, such a powerful bonus. Vlad options should be considered. I don't think she's like the only option. Vampires doing a little bit less damage is not that big of a deal. And they're not doing IP damage after all. Most of the damage can be done by magic, right? X capacity in the vampires, it's definitely a better faction effect. But it's not that good that Vlad as a faction effect should be completely discarded. I wish when you start Isabella, Vlad is a legendary hero, and when you start Vlad, Isabella is a legendary hero. That would actually be way better, but one day maybe they get a Charlemagne. Maybe after they resell Troy to Steam and something like that. Warhammer 3.
Lord of the Dead.
A little bit money missing here. Yeah, we're missing money here as well, so I guess we can just upgrade this. We need income. This one gets buffed by technology, which we'll be working on. Repression buildings, 50% more income. That is this building here. And then the city income. City income can go quite nice. 320, for example, on tier 3 minor. It all adds up. If you don't get attacked here, it's perfect. It's like this is like the closest you guys are gonna see of me overextending. Because I know what can happen. Don't play this this greed in RNG. This is nutty, right? Considering this area here. Eventually, 1 or 2 factions will declare war, and if we don't have tier 3 settlements, this is just all start melting. That's why I'm getting a third army, cause not getting a third army here, just pure greed. We're pushing here, and keep in mind we don't have Wind of Death. We get in a fucked up position, we're gonna have to click, not right click delete. This is perfect, this is perfect. Holy fuck! This gotta be my best one Carstein opening. This is fucking beautiful, guys. This is so pretty. Turn 20. Carstein recruit the following hero vampire. We'll start recruiting heroes now. We'll get the White King and then we'll get the vampires. We'll get a lot of vampires. The Carstein ring has returned its master to life once more. Vlad, the first vampire count, patriarch of the von Carstein bloodline, is a brother and the world should tremble. However, this resurrection is a pretty difficult one. The power of the ring fades, so Vlad must do something about it if he is to use its benighted abilities in the future. First, there are other priorities. Vlad's absence has been a long one, and his kin have been busy in intervening centuries. They have been plotting for what Vlad feels a little gain. Too interested in their own petty disputes and sibling rivalries. It is time for the first von Carstein to wrest back control from these pretenders. I mean, these guys, this faction, you can actually expand quite crazy from this spot if you just play really greedy. You might even get away with it. I might like 1 in 10, maybe a 1 in 10 thing, and then you just like conquer the whole world by like turn 150. Because right now we are pretty much having we are just directing the whole campaign here. They were raiding us about to attack. We smacked them, put them in their place. Now we're taking their land. Nobody helped them. They didn't ask for anybody help. This is good RNG here. This is lucky. What could have happened here as well? We could have been at war with 2-3 extra factions at this point, losing regions left and right, whack-a-moling. The whole country on fire. So this is probably the best it can be here. This is just really good RNG here. You guys seen it happen when those random wars happen, invitations happen, and all of a sudden there's armies coming from all sides. Look at this, no walls, no walls, no walls, no walls. Heck, the rebellions were threatening this place recently because the corruption increase. This place is stabilizing now. Instead of you know, guarding them from rebels, farming the rebels, building up settlements, we actually keep expanding. And that Isabella's skill actually gonna do it. Manfred is a buffer here in the north, nobody's bothering us here. Could be the very reason why multiple factions didn't attack here is because we have Manfred as a vassal. Because they would have to declare war on 2 factions. They declared war on Manfred, it was our land, and then just click got smacked. And this shit has happening now also to Wissaland, because they started raiding. This is the closest you're gonna see to our extending here. This is basically our extending here. Instead of building this up, we are continuing to expand. I mean, we put Isabella in front of 2 armies. It was dead, and they didn't declare war. There was an army here and an army here. They just switched places. Wissaland has been left alone. They raided vampires, now they're gonna die. Okay, this is also a good point to save for tonight, boys. We'll continue this campaign on Thursday. Gonna do a Gwent stream tomorrow and the WoW raid. There'll be long streams on Friday and Saturday again. Thank you for watching. Good night.